Hi folks, Diesel Johnny Boy here. I'm going to do a better video on the Petter PC1. Now, as you know, or some of you may know, this engine is quite a rare engine. There's not many of them around anymore. It was made in the 1950s by Petters, the famous diesel engine manufacturers from the United Kingdom. They made the PC series of engines in 1, 2, 3 and 4 cylinder formats, and it was their attempt to get into maybe a more automotive side of things with their engines. And the PC range engines are designed to run at a higher revs, up to 3,000 RPM. They remained air cooled, and they were quite a successful engine. And they made them for a number of years, but obviously time's gone by and there's less and less of them around, and it's unusual to see them. So I thought that when I got hold of this one, I thought, well, I'm going to do it up and get it so it's all nice again. Because when I got it, it was in a bit of a sorry state, and some of you can look at the earlier videos which show you when it was in a dismantled state. It did actually run just about, but when I took it apart, the rings, some of the piston rings had broken, and it was in a pretty poor state with very low compression, and it probably had quite a hard life. Anyway, it's been a bit of a convoluted process, and the engine's been apart many times while I've been trying to sort things out, because parts availability is virtually zero for this engine. At first I thought I could get away with just a set of piston rings, but that wasn't any good. Luckily the big ends were pretty good on it, and the mains seemed pretty sound, so that was left alone. Anyway, we just couldn't get it to run. There was just not enough compression, so I had a liner made up for it by Jim Perkins. He helped me out. We made a liner for the cylinder to bring it back to standard. And unfortunately we had a bit of a catastrophe, and the liner got picked up by the piston and disintegrated, and the bottom of the piston snapped in half, and it made a terrible sound. And basically I thought, well, that's the end of it now. I'm never going to get another barrel or piston or anything. So after a long search, my good old Jim Perkins, he came up with a replacement cylinder for me. Here's a cylinder in there, a standard cylinder with a piston. So that was brilliant. So that was in pretty good condition. So I put it all back together, and as you can see, it's looking pretty nice actually. There's a couple of things I still need. I've got to get a genuine air filter I want to get for it, and the oil filler lid is missing. Well, it's not missing, what I mean, it's broken. He's actually made of some sort of plastic or resin material, so I'm looking out for one of those, or I might try and rebuild that with some filler or some resin or something. This is the last thing I had to put in, was the oil feed. These are adjustable to the rockers. Comes up from down there, feeds the rockers. But yeah, it's a nice engine. It's rated about, there's 350 cc's per cylinder, so this is a single obviously, and I think it's right around about 7.5 horsepower at 3,000 RPM. Anyway, let's give her a fire up. I'll put that there a minute, and we'll start her up for you. We'll open her up a bit. is the Petter PC1. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you all next time. Thanks very much. Cheers.